Ever listen to a Nuka-Cola commercial? There's a plant of theirs right here in Appalachia. And we're gonna use it to make an oral inoculation. Meet me there?
Hello friends, Godem here. I just quickly wanted to jump on here and apologize and let you know that unfortunately there is no voice audio for this episode. In my effort to always be trying to improve my videos, I started using a new app for recording my voice so I can have it separately and not be part of the actual video itself. I wanted to have the two separate files. Wouldn't you know it, the first time that I use it, I believe it crashed. I have done tests and it seemed to work just fine when I go in and do my editing, but this time, the first time I did a full video, the file is corrupted and it just is not working. So I apologize for that, but hopefully you enjoy the episode. It was a good time and there's a pretty big exciting moment towards the end, so enjoy and hopefully I see you next time. Thank you, friends. On second thought, guys, I did not want to do that to you. I wanted to be able to go along with you and give you some comments as we go through this video. I edited it, and that's why it's a really short one, so I edited it down to we were actually doing some things. And even then, I was like, you know what? That's not the right thing to do. So I want to be able to give you some commentary as we go. So here we are. We left. Once we left the Overseer's house, I did stop at the Sutton train station for a few moments. Believe it or not, that was actually the first time I was there, and that actually surprised me. I thought I had been there because I had been to Sutton, and it's just right down the street from the Overseer's house, so that kind of threw me off a bit. But yeah, so we left there and we're traveling down south, and we came across this Blood Eagle gang here. But one thing I was kind of noticing, and I mentioned it in a previous episode, is it's still a bit odd of not having raiders attack you, and really the only thing that I can think of right now, other than Scorched and ghouls and super mutants, obviously, the only other humans that are left to really attack you would be the Blood Eagles. So I just thought that was kind of interesting, and it's a bit weird getting used to, because it's just, you know, you see raiders and you just, you know, through the life of Fallout, it's been, yeah, you see raiders and they're going to attack you. Here we have a group of super mutants that I was not running, but I got up on them and I had a hard time. I didn't see them at first, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. And then, so obviously here we have a bit of a battle going on with them. And one thing I noticed while going through this scene right here was, man, this the Gauss rifle, I love it. I absolutely love it because it is so powerful, and when it hits, it is just amazing how much damage it can do. But I'm not sold on the scope. I think I might take that off, and I had mentioned that in the last episode that I was potentially going to do that. So I need to really look into that. And there we go. Level 49, only one away from level 50. And I cannot wait for that moment. That is going to be a watershed moment, and I am looking forward to it. But the other thing I've noticed with this Gauss rifle is, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm struggling with the aim on this in general with this at times, where I'll have the reticle right over the person, but it seems like, oh, and right here, there's the mole rat came up through the bridge. I don't know how that happens, but Bethesda, come on now. I know all it is. It's just a thing because there's a floor there that's coming up through the floor. But come on, that's something that I think we can fix. Can we not make that happen, Bethesda? But I'm just joshing with you. But anyways, with the Gauss rifle, so I'll have the reticle right on the enemy, and it seems like it misses to the left or right. And I realize, you know, when you actually do look at it, there is a bit of a energy beam or whatever that kind of goes, and sometimes it goes a little off kilter. And some of it is probably, you know, the leveling of my character may have something to do with that. But that's just the one thing that I've been noticing with that weapon over the last few episodes that I've been using it. But other than that, I absolutely love it. It is fun to use. And I'll continue using it for a while, probably. But, you know, at this point, the last couple episodes, I think it's the only weapon that I've used with 1 or 2 exceptions. And here we're just doing a little more, making sure we're getting all the loot off of these super mutants. Now, I did not find the mole rat. Although, you know what I didn't think about? Is it possible the mole rat fell down below the bridge? That's very possible. That's very possible. And there you go. There is our destination. And take a look at who we come across right away. This is the forager from Foundation. So this is now the second time outside. And right now, I'm trying to get up there because I want to talk to him. And you'll see here in a moment, he goes through the same line talking about the knee. But this is the second time we've seen him since we met him at Foundation. And basically kind of agreed to have him come to our camp. I believe I just need to make something for him. I know for some, I assume he's an ally. And then for some allies, you have to just build them a chair and they'll come. So I think that's what's going on there. But it's kind of weird that we keep coming across him. I assume that's normal. I don't know though. But it's interesting and it's cool because that guy, I've looked him up a little bit online, and there's potentially some pretty interesting things about him. So we'll see how that is. We'll see what happens with that. And here we just have a few ghouls outside that we need to take care of. However, we're going to notice here that this ghoul in particular, take a look at that health. This ghoul is glitched out. And this one did not activate, so I was kind of wondering if this was the same thing. But no. You'll see here we take our second shot, and boom, he's able to die. So then I go back to the first. Let's give this a try. And we're just not powerful enough to get it, nor quick enough to get it before he re-heals. And then this becomes a challenge for me. I want to see what kind of weapon I can use to take him out, to get his health down before he gets all that health back. And first went to the fixer. That did not work. Just was not powerful enough once again. So even though you could shoot fast, just not enough power to make it happen. Shotgun, I didn't think that would work because it's only 2 shots, but it's powerful. So I didn't know. It did not work. And then obviously the same thing here with the 50 cal. The other thing that was interesting here too is the last scene that we were focusing on him. It showed the car behind him, which is that yellow car you see in the middle there. And it gave the car symbol on the top. So I was thinking, oh, if he's next to a car, I can maybe take out that car and explode him. But it actually wasn't that car. It was that truck off to the left. So it's kind of weird, this episode. A couple weird glitches within the game itself. And then obviously the glitch that I'm having, or the corrupted file I had with the audio for this game, or I'm sorry, for this episode. And so it's just kind of a interesting episode in general. And hey, things happen. It's a part of the game. It's going to happen. It'll happen again. So you just kind of deal with it and move on, right? Here, I was just excited to find some lead. Had to get those cans and grab that paint, that lead-based paint. Yeah, not much in that second trailer. But at this point, I'm starting to wonder, where are we meeting the Overseer? I'm not quite sure where we're meeting her. Is it outside? Is it inside? Just not quite sure how this is going to continue. And this turret here, so I noticed it in editing. I did not notice it as I was playing. Is this turret was actually going off as we approached, and that's that was the result of all these dead bodies right here. So yeah, there's that. That turret did some damage. It most definitely did, man. It did some damage. And this thing, the U-Mine It vending machine, I do not know if I have seen this before. I don't know if I have. I honestly cannot remember if I have. So, all these maps, this was a good thing to come across. I'm glad that I did. I purchased these maps, and this is a kind of a reminder and or a mental post-it note of, hey, I'm already carrying a vast number of treasure maps that I need to kind of start looking at those and maybe start trying to plot where they may be and trying to see if we can't track those down.
This is it. We need to get the power up and running and reformulate the machines for the inoculation. Fire everything up and try not to get killed.
And that answered my question right there of where will we meet the Overseer?
Keep an eye out. All kinds of things make their home in these old factories.
Now, forgive me if I speak over her from time to time, because as I'm doing this, I'm watching the actual footage, but the footage is muted because I don't want it to come back through the microphone. So forgive me if I do happen to over-talk her a little bit. But yeah, I didn't know if she was just going to stay at the front door and wait for us to do a thing or two, get this place up and rolling, or what. But yeah, apparently she follows you through this level, this part of the mission. And I gotta admit, she's pretty darn cool, man. She's a badass in this. Talking about doing some damage. She does some damage on her own front. And I was a little thrown off here because I could hear the sounds of these ghouls, but they were not sounding like ghouls to me, so it was throwing me off. I was trying to figure out what was making the noise, the sounds, the growls, and sure enough, it was ghouls. And we did get some pretty good loot from these ghouls also. There we go. There's another baddie. Oh, he's trying to get away. Trying to get away, but teamwork got him in the end. One of the things I was noticing as I was going through this location was this was kind of reminding me of the location for Project Paradise, the basement at Arctos. And wow, if if you did not watch that episode, you may want to go back and check that out, because I unknowingly and unwittingly stumbled into something that I did not know what I was stumbling into. And it got pretty hectic pretty quick and for quite a while. So right now I'm just, yeah, and I don't know how she got there. She just kind of teleported right in front because she was just right behind. But right now I'm just trying to clear out. Not doing a whole lot of looting. I just want to kind of get the lay of the land a bit. Clear out most, if not all. She just does some work, man. She gets to work and does work. But just trying to get the lay of the land. Clear out most, if not all, of the enemies. Because at this point, I was not fully sure what we were supposed to be doing. I know that we have to get this place kind of up and running. But I wasn't sure exactly what it is we're looking for. Is it a switch? Is it a knob? Is it a terminal? Not quite sure. See, I'm looking here for a terminal, you know, thinking, hey, maybe I have to hack something or get into something and press enter. But as we find out, that is not the case, and we'll see that here shortly. So because of the nature of not having the actual live audio, I did edit this down pretty severely, or at least more severely than normal. So here's a button, and I'm assuming that's what we have to be hitting. But I didn't want to hit it right away. I wanted to get a little more looting, at least in the general area, and then also expand the search out for additional enemies a little bit, which is what we're doing now. Just in case, man, because I don't know what's going to happen. You know how it is in these games. You don't know what's going to happen once you hit that button. Didn't quite get him, but there he goes. Down goes the ghoul. Yeah, and I noticed this also with the power armor. In 76, I don't know if this is always the case or not, but it seems I'm 98% sure this has always been the case for me. Anytime I've come across power armor like that, it's never a full set. It's always just about, now that I think about it, it's actually about 3 pieces almost every single time. Whereas when you came across power armor in Fallout 4, if I'm not mistaken, majority of the time, it would be maybe not completely full, but maybe missing 1 or 2 pieces. Look at. Come on, Overseer. Do your thing. Do your thing. All I gotta do is give it a little elbow. Give it an elbow. For that little bit of health, it took some damage. A little bit of health that was left on that. So here we're just circling around. I see that quantum. Gotta get that quantum, man. The way that lights up. Gotta get that quantum. Bobby pins. It's to see that we have 30 right now. Remember early on, we were struggling with bobby pins. Struggling to find them and have them. Which, I understand that's the way it is, and I like that. I'm not a complaint. I like that a lot. I like the challenge. But what's interesting is I actually, one of those early episodes is actually titled, Need More Bobby Pins. And it's one of the more clicked on videos to this point on my channel. And I don't understand why, because I don't think there's a bobby pin farm, is there? I have no idea why, but for some reason that one gets clicked on a lot. And I can't really see a time where there's some spikes. So I have no idea why. But alright, so here are the reactors. This is what we need to do to get this place going. So here we go. We had to fix this to get this thing working, and we have a few options. We can replace the power couplings, engineer a workaround, or with our luck, jam random things together. And as much as I wanted to do that option, I so wanted to do that option. It scared me a little bit. I'm sure it would have been fine, but we went with the intelligence choice, and we engineered a workaround. And basically what's going on here is, I think this is just saying, so at this point, the noise, you can hear it, is just going crazy. And it kind of freaked me out a little bit. It was scaring me. I didn't know what was coming. So I didn't really read that. I needed to get out. So I could hear footsteps. The sound is going nuts. I've never heard a sound quite like this in Fallout, so it was kind of cool, actually. But it's still, man, it's a bit of a freaky sound, so I just want to be on the move, but we still always have time to grab that pencil for that lead, though. Gotta get that lead. And I did not see that hole in the floor, and there is the big surprise at the end. Yeah, was not expecting this at all. I actually made a comment too that I'm assuming that was done on purpose, having that hole there right next to that glowing one. And so that if you fell through, boom, it's a big surprise. And it worked. It worked. Well done, Bethesda. Very well done on that one, if that was done on purpose like that. But the combination of the Overseer, although she went down right there, combination of that and our Gauss, we were actually able to take this guy down pretty quick. Although, you'll notice, here's what I'm talking about with the misses. The reticle is right on him, and it's missing. That also may be a thing that I'm noticing now of proximity, of how close they are. Maybe it starts off to the side early and then centers. I'm not sure. But tragedy fell. And but at least when we came back, you can see there. Once I'm reloaded, boom, boom, one shot, good to go. But there you go, guys. That is the episode for today, and we're gonna end this a little differently than normal. I won't do the end card and do all that for you with the be safe and have fun. But we're just gonna end it here. And this was fun. This is actually kind of cool to do this. I didn't think that I would like this, which is why I initially was not going to do a post reaction. But I have to admit, it was kind of fun and something a little different. So. Not that I say that I want to do that in the future, but it was interesting. So, although I'm not going to give you the card, I will still tell you, be safe and have fun. Thanks, guys.